Brooklyn, Queensbridge, the Bronx, Staten Island, Long Island.
Hi, welcome to the CloudRent demonstration. We've been building software for the hire and rental industry for the last 10 years, and the one thing that we learned was speed and ease are paramount. One of the most important areas of your business is the inventory. So in this quick walkthrough, I'll demonstrate how CloudRent manages your inventory. So we're in the dashboard. I'll click on the inventory button, and this is my list of items that I have in the software. I can sort them by SKU, by name, by category or type. And this 26th to 29th is a date range that I've set through the calendar. And what that does is it shows me what's available for that time range. What I can see is my prices for each of the items. I can also sort by a category. One of the most labor intensive areas of your business is the quoting. So in this software I can add items to a quick quote in a couple of ways. I can either just click onto the little button here and that will actually push the item through to a quick quote. And as you can see, it's pulled all the sub components that I've actually assigned. But I'm just going to clear that. Or I can just click manually on items. Once I have those items, I can come back into the quick quote, say add items. It will actually pull through the items, and I can give the customer a price. I can also manage security, delivery charges, collection charges, or any insurance if I do charge them. There also is the ability to give them a discount across the board. Now, if the customer says that they're okay with that quote and they'd like it in writing, then I click the Create Quote button, and that will create a new quote. Now, it's saying that there's a shortage of these items, so I'll let it go through. If I cancelled, I'd have to put something else in. So, and now it drops me into the new customer section. So I click on new customer and I can add the various details of the customer. We've also put in a little postcode lookup, so it will, wherever you are in the world, it will actually pull up the cities close by and you can click those in just to make it faster to add your customers. I'll cancel that and add a customer that I have in a predefined list. We've got a quote, it's a 3-day quote, and I just go to the command center, print an email, select a document, and I want to show them the images for the items that I've attached, and so I hit create email. So that creates the email, or creates the quote, puts it in a lovely email, ready to be sent up to the customer. Now, it also stores multiple versions, so this is version 1. If I make changes to the quote, it will store version 2, version 3, and so on. This tab is your dispatch tab, so it just shows us that the items are pending, ready to go, so I can then scan them out or scan them in when they come back in, or just push them to out if I don't have a scanner. Now, I can also manage loss and partial returns through this area. If there was a small loss, I could add it in here, another cost in the description, and that allows me in the invoices to create a damage invoice. So freight details, I'm going to tell the system that we want to deliver. So I get the options of prep date, delivery, setup, collection, and deprep. And with the delivery address, I can add venues to the system. From this button here, I can select a venue in my system. So I've selected Jupiter's. Jupiter's has a number of sites in their venue, so it's telling me that there are sites, and I can choose whether I want the casino or I actually want the site. So I'm going to select one of the sites, which is the Atrium Bar. The next tab along is Invoices, and it's one click, create an invoice. It's a quote, so we're not going to invoice, but I just wanted to show it, and it's that easy. And the invoice is in the email. The next area is payments, so I can take a payment. It's a check, and we'll pay it. The job is set to active job paid as if we've just taken the payment. So now I'll just record that payment, and I can email a receipt to the customer, or print a receipt if they're standing in front of me. Now, when we're creating the job, it told me that there were items overbooked. So these are the items that were overbooked. And we can actually see the repayments just come through, which is a beautiful little HTML email. Goes out to the customer. And in this overbooked area, I can actually assign suppliers to sub-rental suppliers, and then put some details in, and notes, and then process the item. So what that process will do is then send a purchase order off to that customer or to that sub-rental supplier and move these items to ordered. I'm just going to head back into the inventory section. And if I go into this camera, for example, or let's look at this camera here, I can see, get a nice picture of the item. I can also see all the booking history for the item, and when it cost, what I'm selling it for, any loss in the system, where it's actually located in the warehouse, or what bin and what warehouse. This tab is rates and kits. So all these components I've added from my inventory. So every time this camera goes out, I want these items to go out. The rates down here, I can add as many or as little rates as I need, and then put the prices in for those rates. The next tab is my asset and orders tab. Down below, when I get new inventory in, I can add an order so we can track the value of those items. These are my assets, and we can track service calls, when we bought it, what it's worth, models, create barcodes. Now, if I take it out of service, I need to put a description in, and then what it will do is, it's telling me that there's bookings in the software for this item, so I can then print off a report that will tell me everywhere this is booked, just in case I need to make changes, but we'll cancel it for the time being. But what it's done is created a maintenance task for this item, and I can assign it to one of the guys in my team, and I can even assign it to a customer. If I was working on a customer's equipment, I could assign a customer, and I could also bring in gear of theirs if I wanted to, and add items that I use in fixing or repairing that item. Another little feature of the software is the ability to create brochures on the fly, so we can put a little bit of text in, an advert, and then if a customer calls us and wants some information, we can just hit the email button and it just creates a nice little brochure with your logo, which can be sent off to the customer. So that's the demo. If you'd like more information or a full-blown demonstration of the software, just email us on the details in our website, and we'll get back to you. And we certainly look forward to working with you. Thank you very much.